Not it's hard to agree.
In the name of the Prinzessin. By royal decree.
No rest for the wicked.
Wow, those rules sucked.
Let's finish this swiftly.
Out of the way!
at that than the thing, to be honest.
Delve into destiny.
Oh, I probably should have played this guy first, huh?
I summon thee!
Again, forgot. I have to end my thing. Again, these rules suck.
Out of the way! Oz, reveal thyself!
Let's finish this swiftly.
Couldn't break the curse.
No way he died. Oh, because of the bait. Okay. Well, get fucked.
I can do it. Stand clear.
Mein Fräulein.
Shadows of fate. Animal test 6308. My reckoning. Let's go.
Oh yeah, get wrecked. I didn't even do the story with that guy yet, so thanks for the spoilers, game. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Huh. I don't think my special skill is not reading any dialogue in Genshin Impact.
Time to go.
And it does not.
There's no end to this. Hammer.
Into the wind. Wind strike.
They just make those previous enemies disappear. So that I could fight the same enemies.
Replace my hammer.
The wind knows me. Into the wind. One with nature.
Which way am I going?
As one with wind and cloud. hear everything.
Wipe this off the side. Why?
So many regrets.
No. Hmm. I mean, if the end is like right here, then it's fine. It is not. Hmm.
Flowers.
Oh no, they're all dying. Easy, not even close. I love the gacha game daily gameplay cycle. It's great. Especially when you play more than one. Wait, this party can't beat these guys.
Time to
Yeah,
go.
well, fuck it.
What's one
The wind knows me. One with nature.
end you?
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
It's over. I'm ready.
One with nature.
We're strangers.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Once again, there was no danger of dying. And that under control.
Time to go.
There's absolutely no height on that glide.
The wind knows me. I must remain calm. One with nature. Never again.
Right? Who died?
One with the forest. I love Segwell.
You know what? I'll see you all in a minute.
My intuition tells me that something very interesting is about to happen.
I don't know your best.
From detective to victim.
God, they are murdering it.
Can't see. One with nature. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
You need to use actual Paldeans.
Time to go. One with nature. The wind knows me. Time to go. Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Fallen Emma, help! Hi!
I'll make this easy, I guess.
Stay close and you will live. There is no escape!
The wind knows me.
Now you shall perish!
Clouds high. The birds call. Into the wind. It's fine.
I knew this day would come. Illusion shattered!
Wind strider. Time to go. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Time to go.
Torn to oblivion.
I'm on the case.
The fuck is this thing?
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
There is no escape!
Nice and spicy. Let's dance.
Don't get frostbite.
Come on, we can do it. Eat this.
Inazuma shines eternal! Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
Race you. Hey-ya! Booba, get them.
I don't know how good this guy actually is. But this animation is kind of cool.
Adept back. Cascade.
What if he actually sucks? Very animated. My eyes can't keep up.
Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
I think they're clever because they censored her. But too bad. She's still hot.
Yeah. Ha! Judgment. You can't run. Punishment. Yeah.
Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
Can't catch me. Hakuna!
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen.
Eat this! After fried fish, into the fire! Hey! Strike!
Come a little closer.
Let the show begin.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Quiver! Glory to the Shogun!
Has anyone ever rolled their character because of these trial things? I feel like I don't learn anything really. Hell yeah, the abyss that I cannot 12-star of the many stars, etc. It's fine. We get through just about anything at floor 9 and it's fine, right?
Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves. Delves into...
Useless.
Shadows of fate. Yahoo!
Useless.
Think you can get away? Here we go. Delves into destiny.
Boring. Disappear. Worthless. Here. Worthless.
Is it too high for me to hit it?
Useless. Worthless.
Time for takeoff. Shadows of fate. Let's light it up. Let's play.
Duped by a fucking mushroom.
Useless.
That's close enough.
New punching bag.
Let me weave you a verse. Shine down. Crush. Freeze to the core. I condemn you. Happy to oblige.
Feeling lucky today.
Rain cutter. Shudder.
This feeling lucky today.
Torn to oblivion.
You want this one? I'll be
Illusion shattered. Rain outlines your fate. Crush.
I'll be back.
Think you can get away? Everybody stand back!
What's wrong with this?
Decided by destiny. Yahoo! Here we go.
Evil conquering. Here. Worthless. Worthless. Boring.
Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves. Teamwork is dreamwork. Written in the stars.
Lament. Here. Worthless.
More speed. Let me weave you a verse. Shine down. Flood of frost. Eye for an eye. Shudder. Now you shall perish.
You swear it does not matter how hard it is.
Rain cutter.
Maybe I'm.
can get away. Here we go. Useless. Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff. Decided by destiny. More speed. Witness the power of good luck. Life goes on. Freeze to the core. I condemn you.
We'll meet again.
Wait, that was literally too easy. I didn't even get to use my ult. Yeah, enough of that. What is this percent? 15th or something?
There's something in the air. Something that tells me a new case is brewing. My intuition tells me that something very interesting is about to happen.
Me. Is that knees? Oh, it's like story thing, I guess.
Ooh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm
That's
had
hot.
stopped.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Why do I need to help you? I feel like you have this on your own.
Oz, reveal thyself!
Illusion shattered!
We keep it bullet!
Crush!
Flood of frost! Eye for an eye!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Shine down!
Can't handle your drink!
Torn to oblivion!
The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No
Why do you know
injuries,
that?
I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children.
Okay, what about the
I
woman?
am the
Huh?
chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides
I think that
sandstorms,
literally
we
means
also
they're not
occasionally
dumb.
get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The Academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Didn't ask him.
Alas, that's
But I am.
exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia?
I mean,
Oh,
4D
these
camera.
poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far. Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the Village Keepers.
soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? What do you make of it, traveler?
I did not listen to a single
I
thing.
don't think so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed
else would
far
she be?
greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Amongst us.
Now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
No, I'm not.
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry, I was
But,
only
like, why,
listening in
though?
because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
There is no escape!
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're
Yeah,
back
for
already.
me, I know as much as you do.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after
Then
finding
why didn't you
employment
help
in the
him
city.
until now?
He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next
I was like, you
morning,
just tell me this guy
Isak
stole
woke
a
up
little
and wanted
kid.
to go find his grandpa again,
'Cause he's still not
only to realize his
his
grandpa no
family,
longer
right?
recognized him. However,
It's kind of fucked up.
even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy,
I feel like too many
but
of you,
appeared to be
you
living
just
in
seem
his
like you're
own
okay
world,
with it. Yeah, okay.
almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All
I'm
this
like,
somehow
no
just
one,
makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like
no
they
one
both
thought it'd be cool
deserve
to
so
step
much
in and be
better.
like, hey, stop talking to the
Perhaps.
strange old man.
Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of
All right.
hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much! Yeah!
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
That doesn't seem like the end of an act at all. We're literally in the middle of whatever this is.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right?
Why
He was
are you
actually the one who
people
protected
okay
my
with
house.
whatever
I
that
saw it with my
is?
own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the
Stop
ground.
letting this kid
It still
talk to
feels
this
pretty
old
surreal
man.
now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you. Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you.
Women,
Thank you
am I
for
right?
taking care of him.
It was nothing. Hey, you're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young, so as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy!
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Huh? Don't say anything. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Oh, okay. Thanks for following. Sorry, I don't want to hold you, apparently. Next.
Thank you.
Join the airlines and embrace a wonderful new life.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and King Deshret. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for King Deshret's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
I'll be honest, I think it's just that the game is really loud. Because it's loud for me and it just never changes volume.
Just look at his eyes. One wrong move and
It's
he's gonna
probably
flay
like
us alive.
even louder on stream.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King Deshret's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that King Deshret will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear!
Hey, go on, keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for King Deshret's speedy return. Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under King Deshret and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you.
I'll be honest,
really not
my
here right now.
strategy with,
Sounds like you're not too
I guess,
close
every
with the
gacha game
radicals.
is that
No,
waifus.
of course not.
So
All we know are their names.
I'm gonna say the Shogun because
I have many
she's
ways
hot.
to stop you from talking.
I don't know if you have
and
better
many
reasons for liking
others
people.
to stop you from sending
You know, like
warning
the actual
messages.
gameplay.
So you'd best
I guess
just
that'd be
stay
nice,
home
but
and hope I
you
don't
know how it
hear
is.
of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying.
It's fine. I mean, the guys are hot too, to be honest. Although I really want to know why this guy is trying to kill every person he meets, but
It's like he's used to hearing
I guess he
that.
has issues.
Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Yeah, that's kind of beast, to be honest.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
So I don't understand what's going on in this story. Because we were kind of in the middle of something. This kid is just like, come find my grandpa. It turns out his grandpa is pretty much a crazy homeless person that he talks to, and everybody in this village is fine with that. I don't know if their value system is just different from mine.
Well, this is where Grandpa
But that's
usually
really
stays.
weird.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before. But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tainari.
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
This guy
Yes.
doesn't have any friends. What?
Now that I
really didn't think he'd
concentrate,
say it.
I can also make out the
Just
scent
because
of
they both
incense.
have like
Wait,
cat ears or
surely
something.
Tainari didn't lecture you too.
No, no need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
I'll be honest, I only did like 9. Yeah, I did 9. But I'll be honest, I have never full starred the abyss before, so I'll just assume it will be the same as that. Where like everything will be fine, and then floor 12 will absolutely kick my ass, and you know I've just decided to come to terms with that. Is it like super hard now or something? Guess that's one thing. I've never like actually looked up like what's the real strategies and stuff.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here. From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
I do not know what the word extant means.
But who would come looking for Grandpa?
Why?
He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away.
Every time
with the
this kid
incense.
reveals more about this old man, I'm just like more and more confused.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Your grandpa is
Sounds like we better
basically
help
like
get him
a meth
back.
head kid.
Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace!
I'm sorry, you guys
Got
just
a lot to tell you.
talking about drip right now.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert
That
with
is true. The
patience to
abyss
make
is
or
like
sell
the
something
only
that requires that kind of effort.
like actually hard
Seems
thing
someone from
in this
beyond
game.
the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
I feel like that third guy got stuck with like
These guys have one thing
the
in
coolest
common,
nickname.
and that's being broke. The rougher
Everyone
life
else is
gets,
kinda
the more they want to
intimidating, I
believe in
guess.
King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good.
True. I have
Then we've
whiffed
got a
a
plan.
lot of,
The Traveler and Paimon will go to
I guess,
Caravan
the
Rebot with me,
exploding
and we'll try
part
our
of
best to
Eula's
figure out
ult,
where the
but-
Mad Scholars have been taken.
Oh well.
Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan!
Okay, I just realized the implication is that like she saw that guy and she was lying. Okay, I get it. Wow, that was not a challenge. I ran in a straight line. Hell yeah.
Shine down! By royal decree! Shut up! I condemn you! Freeze to the core!
The hunter becomes picked the wrong wrong test subject.
More speed. What do we have here?
Why is it like foggy in the desert? Is that a thing that could happen?
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty
Alright.
sages. To them,
That's racist.
us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are one in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know. Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a
I'll be honest,
coincidence.
usually
Here for a drink too?
I skip the
Zaki.
dialogue as fast as possible.
Finally, a friendly face.
I don't really typically sit down and listen to it.
Oh, and who do
I
you
mean,
have
I
with
read
you
it,
here? Guests
but-
from another land?
Usually I'm like
Hello,
doing this
hello.
basically. Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
Zaki. Dia.
Great.
We've had
Got it,
drinks
mhm.
anyway.
Like that.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the others.
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Also, sometimes where it's like,
More
talk
speed.
to this guy. 5 feet. Talk to another guy where like, alright, maybe you could have cut out one piece of that or something, but that's just my opinion.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Beast.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar,
That's
I
one
also
advantage
know that
the
you've
like
teamed up with
text-based
people from
gacha
the
games
academia
have.
to look
I
for the
mean,
missing scholars.
if not skip,
So,
they usually
you've been
have like
watching
a
us from the
times
very
2
beginning?
or something.
Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
It's weird, there's some
So you and
characters
Delavar
that
been
know who
partners
the
all
traveler
along.
is, and they still try to jump you, which is what I don't
Yeah.
understand. At least
I
these
guess
guys, they
it's
can
only
like
natural for a traveling
pretend,
mercenary like you to
oh
be out
yeah,
of the
we'll
loop.
win.
Those of us who hang around the tavern
Like there's no
have
reason for them
stronger
not to
bonds than
think
you
that, I guess.
But you
But
got
there's
one
like
thing
some
right.
people who pretty
We're all
much, as
looking
far as I
forward
can
to an
understand,
uprising in
willingly jump into an
Sumeru.
L.
There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk
Also, do
overthrowing
we
the
kill people or
academia.
not when we?
If that's
Because
the
I
case,
feel,
then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second
I
of it.
feel like we kill people.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Engar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just
Sorry,
a
is
bunch
Genshin
of
getting
faithless
like
scum with only
kind of
one thing
real
on
on the
their minds.
religious commentary here? Like,
Pathetic. You're all
chill,
like a
guys.
pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following orders.
A new punching bag.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
More speed. Illusion shattered.
impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How
Yep.
did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course, you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were
This
just
is
a couple
the Genshin
small
Impact
fries. If we want to
gameplay
get
loop.
the real catch, we have to be patient and give
But
it some
also,
time.
why did they explain, like, why did they feel the need to explain, oh, you were lying, so we had to, like, I know that as the player.
The
You didn't really
wide-eyed
need the
butcher,
characters to, like,
scar-riddled
say it.
bandit. Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how King Deshret is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow, what a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
Saying about the power of friendship
What makes you
right
so
now.
sure?
Shut up. Just go.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be
Mysterious
hostile towards anyone who's
organization
never
that
done
controls
anything
things from
wrong.
the shadows is evil. How could this have happened?
Looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village. This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these idiots, let...
Hey, Dia!
Right on time. We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that
Martial
way.
artist is Paimon.
It takes
None.
strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you...
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early, too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Taking really long to load the building interior here.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
That's hot.
Yes! Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community. And you come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy!
You've made your We may both be desert dwellers. But there's one thing that I understand. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have.
We understand. I'll tell you everything
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about King Deshret's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process. I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It
Alright,
was
bro,
all him.
chill, damn.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Yeah, I didn't know I was a part of
You
the...
have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself King Deshret's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu.
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this Some time ago, people from the academia, it strikes me now that...
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false
didn't you
rumor
have
to trick
this
the radicals
epiphany
into
a day
delivering the
ago?
village keepers right... They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia.
I mean, they kind of told us already, right?
Changing their
When they
plans
sacrificed
likely
them
means
or
they found
something.
another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you...
All right.
Let's meet back here.
We can sprint in and out of this house. It's so long.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway? Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
You got him.
Never
Destroyed,
mind.
roasted,
Paimon's got nothing.
wrecked.
There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hatham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since
Oh
we
my
arrived
guy,
at Aru village.
you're not an awful
Bold of
lot
you to
more
question our
trustworthy, you hear me?
choices.
Yeah, you're all talk.
You're both kind of pieces of work, to be honest.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts.
That's true. So I'm gonna leave.
Not to
See ya.
mention that going separate ways allowed me
Okay,
to
no,
find some
we're still
important
talking.
information that you...
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
Like
What does that
physically
mean?
or
How do you think the
argument.
residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
once again, you're not very trustworthy
Hiding
in
the
my
truth
eyes
does not
either.
necessarily equate to lying.
So
Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village. Glad you're following. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's
The
quite
flashback
obvious that she's
really
intimidated
wasn't
by
necessary.
Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were.
She
Yeah,
corrected
I
herself
get it.
mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly toward...
I think it's been a few.
Remember? She made a point...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic.
That's
After
great.
speaking to the village chief,
But I do
it
not
became
care
clear
that much.
the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me.
We're on it.
okay. But clearly, Hatham knows what's going on. So why not just tell me instead of making me do this?
Miss
Because I don't like.
as
I
we
would.
discussed earlier,
Let me
I
just
brought
go.
someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better?
No, I'll assume I'll say no. There it is. But to be fair, I have no reason
Why's
to,
that?
like, I can't answer. I don't know.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says.
I've been in
I know
Sumeru
you
for
two
like
are
5
friends.
minutes.
That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't... Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Bitch, I don't know.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different... We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives.
No real with the
Slowly,
racial
I
commentary.
just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything.
And the social
All I
anxiety.
want
Thanks,
is to live
Genshin
my
Impact.
life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't...
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Could be the voices in your
Perhaps.
head.
I'm not sure.
It's all you desert people.
It's faint,
Fucking
but
crazy.
it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also, but because we're in the middle of a desert, you would rather believe that they are the cries of
There's really nothing around these parts.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been...
Yeah,
Beg for mercy. Shine down. Shut up. Yeah.
What do we have here?
Time to scout. More speed.
The other way too, aren't you? Oh no, you're not. Alright, cool.
Sounds good to me.
Illusion shattered. By royal decree.
I can put these to good use.
Oh, is this the place?
empty and forgotten.
Fucking desert.
Monsters! Watch out!
No rest for the wicked.
Shine down! Beg for mercy. Flood of frost. Eye for an eye. More speed. Well met. Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
Odds reveal.
Shudder.
Sayonara special. They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected. Super strong bandits? Or monsters He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a look.
Holy fuck.
Hey, we haven't found squat.
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Alright, guys, kind of, rude.
The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural.
So,
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated. Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
there it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
What is that supposed to be?
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Let's move.
Something is off
the
about
thing,
the interior
right?
here.
There you go. That's rocket science, guys.
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Start taking me back out.
Shroud! Shine down!
Law of the jungle! Law of the jungle! Yeah? I'll be back.
I'll protect us.
Time for retribution! Ha! Ha!
There is no escape!
Ha!
Can't see?
Ha! Verdict is... Ha! Here!
Not gonna lie, I don't know where this last one is. Okay, it's up there.
One with the... I'll bury you! Illusion shattered!
Ha! Yeah!
Oh, okay, so this place was a hospital. It's not just like a sham. Because it really it really seemed like a sham at first to me.
Look, there's someone over there. Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
This guy looked tweaked out of his mind. I don't think it matters how fast we
Wait.
approach.
You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But also,
Didn't expect to see him here.
you know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind...
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they
I'm
failed
sorry,
to
if
notice
you're
Razak
afraid
hiding
of
in a
being
corner.
caught, I feel like that means that's like double the reason to not leave an entire person
The
behind.
symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
This case, I actually don't remember what they're talking about, but I still think the flashback is unnecessary.
Oh, now that you mention.
Correct. The Academia. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale.
First, the Academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret.
These rumors were all the persuasion that the as well as being able.
Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death.
Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better.
And even if complications arise, people will see.
The notion of an Academia plot wouldn't even cross their mind.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the Academia that brought the scholars to Aru Village in the first place? Why does it want them back
At the end of the day, the problem
throughout this process,
was racism.
one thing has changed. The scholars' identity.
Again, a little too real
First,
for my taste.
they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But if you can't find someone, you have no way of...
Resource?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when...
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind.
Revelation that they
something went
take
wrong
out
in
people's
the process.
brains.
Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Paimon's a little confused.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. However, I can't help but wonder. The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge.
You mean you're not even slightly interested?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects?
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its This matter needs to be corrected.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because...
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Joke's on you, I'm an anime protagonist.
Paimon's not sure.
So yeah, I guess.
You can say that. Simply put, the divine knowledge capsule is something
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the Academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset. Her life...
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
What?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village.
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Kind of like a traitor among us.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're—
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
Okay, he didn't actually say that he's snitching. He just says
you have a point.
That they could like
but
trap
I
him
realized
or something,
as we were
right?
returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing the thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were—
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions
why
aren't
are you
important
in the
enough
way?
to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
In a movie like this, where
The
like they
Academia
like
has been
predict
watching you longer than you
crimes,
think.
and then there was a whole moral
However,
thing. And
the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now. If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be... Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I think we should not bring
I want to find
the
Grandpa.
5-year-old.
I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Feels like we're missing. So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
No, you don't.
Because you play here a
It's
lot?
the fucking desert.
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert. But I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
You don't run.
Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device. Something akin to... Looks like there were more than one village keeper. Let's split up and search the area.
Yes, let's split up and search for clues.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over
The
sand
little
tiring
kid is
too?
the beaconologic kid.
Of course it is.
I mean, obviously, whatever is evil has to do with the giant fucking pyramid that's like sucking up in the air, right?
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh? Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Be easily swayed by money.
Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter
I
us from the
wanted to say
grand
that for a very
mission
long time.
of resurrecting King Deshret. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. With these scholars in our
Ridiculous. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the academia to me. Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor
Sadly,
and
yes,
betrayed
yes, it is.
King Desh.
It's impossible to communicate with someone. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no value as bargaining. These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their—
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to
Yeah,
observe.
Think you can talk me over with?
I'm not trying to persuade you.
You were the scribe.
What? Not all desert dwellers believe in King Deshret, and the same applies to the academia.
You academia scum. Every last
That's
one of you
racist.
is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't—
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm.
Okay.
Come on, Raman.
Kinda
Don't be a coward.
excessive.
If you're serious about taking on the academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the flame mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friend—
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
Do I have to do
Don't
anything?
have to go
I mean,
this far.
they
That's
agreed.
not for you to
and-
decide.
Do it! Stop!
Okay, but what, like,
What's wrong? Can't do it?
when he wasn't ready to
Flamebane,
stop?
You and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your...
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if—
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and
That's
them.
a good question.
There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of rats...
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your...
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps...
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving.
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
Thank you.
Join the
You need to watch out for any sign of earthquakes and sandstorms.
You're all here so early!
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I
was
want to be
awkward.
there to bring Grandpa home.
Because
Okay, let's
I
go
did not
then.
do any farming for Tynar.
Dia,
I actually got
wait.
him by accident. I got him
What's the
on the
matter?
banner after his.
I heard that you were quite
I did not
reckless
want to.
yesterday. No more of that today,
So.
understood? Or I'll be
Unlucky,
very
I
upset
guess.
with you.
Fine.
To be honest, I guess probably, huh? Because I feel like, because I'm not gonna lie, usually I just take whatever artifacts I get, like, because farming those is a pain in the ass, but who's actually got like lucky stats, I guess. See, like this. Most of my characters probably are not very best in slot, I guess. Actually, Zhao maybe. Oh wait, no, my crit rate sucks. Well, I lied, I guess. Alright, well, it's 1:30. I was trying to end this mission, but my eyes are hurting, so I'll pick this up someday. Tomorrow, I guess. Thanks for coming, talking. It was fun.